Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any questions regarding to this video or any other videos that I've made in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I would like to dedicate this video to a friend. And in fact, she actually is a viewer. I never met her. But all of you who come to my YouTube channel are my friends. So she asked me about, first of all, is how to make a regular noodle taste like ramen noodle. Actually, she's the one who suggested the idea to me. But she would like to know how long it would be kept. Now, the method was very simple, as I have described earlier, is that you simply boil the noodles with baking soda. And she would like to know how long can you keep the noodles. So I boiled 2 pounds of regular spaghetti noodles with baking soda, and since then I have used this noodle to make at least 2 dishes. One is a ramen noodle soup, another one is a pan-fried Cantonese noodles. Now I would like to dedicate this noodle to her. In this video, I'm going to make actually a chow mein or / lo mein, and then I'm going to convert it into meal prepped. Because she told me that she is a full-time working mom and her husband worked night shift. So they really had a hard time sometimes to get together for meal. So this would be one way for you to prepare meal prep. And this way, you can eat anytime that you want. Seems like every meal prep, you want it to be nutritionally as well as culinary as complete as possible. So I use quite a few different ingredients. Now with advanced prepping, you can actually put this meal prep together in about 10 minutes. That is how simple and straightforward it is. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, that with my fast cooking system, there are 4 components, which is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Once you adopt all these 4 components fully, you can cook almost anything that you want in less than 20 minutes. And in this case, it's even faster. So as you can see here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fry some egg. And here is about 6 eggs altogether. I'm going to fry it very lightly. I don't want to scramble it because I like to have the egg have the nice whole piece flavor to it. Okay, once I've finished with the egg, I scrambled it very lightly and break it up into relatively large pieces. Actually, I also season the egg with my Walk with Tak basic seasoning mix to give it nice flavor. Now the next step is that I'm going to cook the remaining part of this meal prep, which I want to use several different kinds of vegetables. The first vegetable I'm going to use is some Brussels sprouts. You might say, well, I don't like Brussels sprouts, and that's okay. You can substitute with other vegetables such as broccoli or cauliflower. And then I'm going to add some green bean. Now this is a great green bean, and I really love the green bean that we have now on the market. They are stringless. I guess they are stringless string beans, and they have really great flavor. And because of their stringless, it makes them much easier and faster to cook. You don't have to blanch them in advance. So all you have to do is to stir fry them. As you can see in here, I stir fry it together with the Brussels sprout because both of them take about the same amount of the time to cook. Now again, this part is very much up to you how long you want to stir fry them. I like to stir fry them relatively lightly because I do believe vegetables nutritionally is better and also culinarily is also better. So at this point, you notice that I have a lot of steam coming up because I just add a little bit more cooking oil. Now, how much cooking oil you can add is based on exactly what you see in the bottom of the wok. If you have no oil left, then you know you probably have just about the right amount of cooking oil. And next is I'm going to add some purple cabbage. Now, this is already in my advanced prepping. And the reason I add the purple cabbage mainly because I like the flavor of the cabbage. And then I add some shrimp. I only add 4 shrimps because I'm going to use the shrimp as a condiment rather than as the main ingredients. Now these are actually really great shrimp. They are jumbo shrimp and they comes with the shell on it. Now, I always suggest people that buy shrimp with the shell on, and this type of shrimp is called easy peel. They already removed the vein. And the reason they leave the shell on for a purpose, not to frustrate you, but because if you have the shell on, the shrimp store much better in the freezer. They are less likely to be freezer burnt. You can store much longer. Another advantage is that when you have the shell on, it cooks more slowly, and so it gives you much more control, and they are far less likely to be overcooked as compared to the one without shell. Okay, now I add the noodles. Now these are the spaghetti pasta noodles that has been boiled in water that contain baking soda. As my friend Jenny, which I will call her for the purpose of this video, suggests to me that these noodles actually taste quite different, that taste more like ramen noodles. And I tend to agree with her because when I cook these noodles in the presence of the baking soda, they actually are quite distinct. They expand more than if you just boil it in regular water. So the end result is that they tend to be more tender as compared to the pasta noodles just being boiled in water. Now, here what I'm doing is that I mix the noodles and I toss it together with all the other ingredients. Now, when you cook it in this method, we call it chow mein because you have it in a wok. Now, you can do the same thing without putting them in the wok. In this case, we call them lo mein. Lo means mix. Chow means stir fry. Now, the next part I did is that I add some char siu. Char siu are a Cantonese barbecue pork. Here's a video that demonstrates how I make char siu. In fact, it is come from a friend who suggests to me that maybe I should make some char siu because she loves it. And the end result is that I came across this pork on sale, and it usually use a special cut of pork, which is known as either the pork butt or pork shoulder. So I cook them in advance, and I'm ready to use it. I just cut them up into small pieces to put into this noodle dish. Again, I use it as a condiment rather than use it as a main ingredient. Okay, now the dish actually essentially done. I'm going to season it again very simply with some oyster sauce. This is my favorite way to go. If I want to season something quick and it has this flavor, almost fits most of the dishes. And for simplicity, it is probably the simplest and easy way to season a dish. And then to add saltiness to the dish, I add some soy sauce. Again, you can adjust the flavor exactly how you like it. And then last but not least, I'm going to add some hoisin sauce to give it some sweetness to the dish. Again, I call this flavor chasing. Basically, I make adjustment to the flavor that I like. The last step is that I'm going to combine the egg with the noodles. Do you notice that the reason I do not put the egg right in the beginning is because I want the egg retain that natural egg flavor. So as you can see, using this method, you can cook a really complex dish. Look at this. We have many different kind of vegetables. We have 2 different proteins, shrimp plus the pork, and actually 3 different proteins, the egg as well. And this will make a complete meal with all the necessary nutritional component that you want. You notice that is that we also do not use a lot of noodles because of all other ingredients that is present. That we have a lot of different kinds of vegetables. And this will help you in many ways reduce the amount of carbohydrate in it. It will reduce the consumption of excess amount of refined starch. But still, you're not going to cause you any problem because you have other type of ingredients in it. And they will also talk about is that when you eat refined carbohydrate, like in this case, contain proteins, contain vegetables, this will reduce the glycemic index of the noodles because the carbohydrate will be less likely to convert it to glucose at the time when you ingest them because of the other components that are present. So, okay, now we actually have a dish which you can actually serve it as it is. But in this case, I am going to convert it into a meal prep. Now, as you can tell, this is an ideal meal prep because it has all the different necessary food ingredients provide the nutritional quality that you need. Everything in this dish are cooked from scratch. And we have different kinds of vegetables, which actually is the primary ingredients. And we have eggs, which provide the protein that are necessary. And then we also have shrimp and the barbecue pork. So altogether, you will have not only a great nutritional balance, but also an excellent culinary experience with different type of vegetables could create different flavor contrast, different texture, and that's make it truly a dish that you can enjoy. So the end result is that you spend only 10 minutes. You can come up with 4 different meals. Just imagine if you want to spend another 10 minutes, you can come up with an entirely different type of meal. The end result is that in your meal prep, you have many different ones to choose from. I think it would be well worth your time to invest in the fast cooking system with its 4 attributes of flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and tempeh-based cooking. You basically will have the tool to create a wide variety and different types of meal that you want. You can create a meal to be served on the table in the evening in 20 minutes, but you can also, in this case, create a dish that will allow you to use as a meal prep and eat anytime that you want. So if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.